is no longer joint acting chairman of the Football Association. The continuing role of acting chairman's gone to the man he was sharing the job with, Roger Burden. Sheepshanks said he did not want to put himself forward for the sole role, preferring to concentrate on business. Now then, life as a teenager is full of ups and downs. I think I can just about remember it. And tonight, in our regular update from ITV Fixers, we meet a young woman who's helping to raise awareness about the difficulties of teenage depression.
She suffered herself with depression as a teenager and has created a short film to help others realise that they're not alone and there is help available.
My name is Fiona Malpass, I'm 19 years old and I'm from Rayleigh, Essex.
My name is Andrew Forrest Gordon, I'm from Basildon and I'm 17 years of age.
My ITV Fixers project is about raising awareness of teenage depression by making a short film around the issue.
It's a fantastic project. It's given me the self-confidence and that boost of energy that I needed to get off my backside and do something with my life.
The film's been edited now, and you haven't seen it before, so we're going to do a bit of a premiere here and play the film.
The story is about a young boy called Alex who's having problems. He's trying to be normal, trying to hang out with his friends, but something's just not right.
You going tonight?
Got a lot of homework to do.
It was in my teenage years that I suffered from depression quite severely, and I feel that that's a very stressful time for teenagers these days, and that there are a lot of pressures that they're under.
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me?
You can't just say cheer up. You can't just say, oh, get on with it. It's more deeper than that. I myself never tried to commit suicide, but I was close to, and that was very scary.
We wanted to show that you should talk to someone about it and that you should find someone to talk to before things get out of hand.
It reminded me so much of myself. I was nearly in tears. It was just really good. I thought it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I think it has the poignancy that I wanted to go for, and it also has the sort of, it's just really strong and emotional.
I think the main thing is really that it's going to give you a platform to go out and speak to people and kind of making them aware.
Hi everyone, welcome to the screening of Suffer in Silence.
We're hoping to take the film through all the schools and colleges within Essex. 1 in 8 young people will suffer from depression, and only 30% of those people receive any sort of interventional treatment.
We would definitely like to use that to help with the young people that we're working with.
The reaction was brilliant, absolutely brilliant, yeah. I've suffered with depressive illness. I've seen the film and I think that it's actually going to show people that it's not the end of the world, and if you've got people there, you're going to get through it.
When a young person's in trouble, it's a sad fact that the last person they turn to might be their parents. They're much more likely to approach a friend. And I think that's what's really powerful about this. You can really help your mates if you really care about them.
This project has been an amazing experience that I never could have even imagined that I'd be able to do.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. There's people there to help you. You're not alone.
And if you'd like to find out more, you can get in touch by going to itvfixers.com, or you can call 01223 655 515. This is a non-premium rate call, and your network operator rates will apply from a BT landline.
Well, calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles will be considerably more. Please seek the bill payer's permission before phoning. Now, the lines close on the 31st of December 2010. That's at 5 p.m. Calls made after the closing time will not be answered, but you may still be charged.
Well, we can return now to our top story with more on today's 70th anniversary of the Dunkirk evacuation. And you've been telling us your amazing stories.
Yeah, I like this one from Olivia Constable from Bury St Edmunds, who got in touch to tell us about her late husband, Corporal Leslie Constable. Now, Leslie was serving in the Royal Army Service Corps in 1940. Olivia tells us he decided, believe it or not, to swim to a British destroyer which was 3 miles offshore. Exhausted, he finally made it to the ship, and Leslie went on to serve in Egypt after that.
Corporal Edmund Mitchell, who is 93 and from Rackheath in Norfolk, was with the British military police in Dunkirk. He believes he owes his life to Winston Churchill, who ordered HMS Codrington back for one final sweep of the beaches, and that if it hadn't been for that order from Churchill, he wouldn't have got away.
Well, memories there of remarkable escapes, but there was some room for a little bit of humour as well. This one from Des Skelton from Stilton in Cambridgeshire, whose father, Howard, was serving in the 5th North Hants Regiment, and says that while Howard was being evacuated, he managed to lose his red pullover that his sister had knitted for him. Now, Des says that Howard knew that facing Sister Violet would be worse than facing the enemy, and that despite the miraculous escape from Dunkirk, true to form, Violet was not best pleased that the pullover had not made it back. Lovely stuff.
Thank you so much for those memories. I'm sorry we couldn't read out more, but we have read them all, we promise, and they're very special stories, so thank you so much.
They are indeed. Well, we can return to France now, where Malcolm Robertson's been at a service in memory of 97 soldiers from the Royal Norfolk Regiment massacred by the Nazis 70 years ago.
Yes, Malcolm, you've been following the preparations for some time now. I imagine it was a hugely emotional service.
It was, yes. I wasn't at Dunkirk today. I can only imagine how emotional that must have been, having been in Ramsgate last night and seeing the ships. But certainly it's been very special here. David Lee in that report talked about the bird song. That's all you can hear in this graveyard. And that's right, tonight all you can hear are skylarks. It really is very moving. Take a look down here. Now, Arthur Brough, we saw earlier, that very sprightly 90-year-old. This is a tribute to his wife, Vera, who died in 2004, and she's actually buried in this cemetery at the Paradis along with his soldier mates. And just listen to this poem that he recited to us earlier today in memory of Vera and also to his fellow soldiers.
This is the place you love to be, back to the place of Paradis. This is the place we were happy together. You're here now, my darling, forever and ever. My friends who I fought with are always quite near. You'll always feel safe now that you're here. Remember the times we came here in May, the trees full of blossom where all my friends lay. So feel safe, my darling. I'll be back every year to pay my respects to my one so dear.
And you know, Arthur told us that he'd like to be buried here alongside Vera and his mates. But you know, he's such a sprightly character at 90 years old. I somehow suspect he might be back here a few times before that day comes.
Well, Malcolm, thank you very much indeed for that. And of course, thanks to all our guests as well who've contributed throughout our reports over the last few days. Well, more from Dunkirk in the national news, which is coming up in the rest of the news hour shortly.
It's time for the weather now with Amanda.
And good evening. Well, looking ahead.
And we'll be back tomorrow as well. Until then, goodbye.
Bye-bye.